Hello guys, welcome to the next video on Linux command line tutorial for beginners. In this video we will see how to run two or more terminal commands at once in Linux. So till now we have seen how we can use commands, but we haven't seen how we can combine two commands and run them together. And this is what we are going to see in this video. So there are few options we can use to combine commands. So the first command or first option which we can use to combine command is semicolon, and I'm going to tell you how this works. So whenever you want to combine command, for example, I want to use ls command, and I also want to know the present working directory, so I'm going to use pwd command, and in between I have used this semicolon, right? And this is going to combine these commands, and then it's going to show us the output, right? And I'm going to just press enter, and this is what the output is. So first of all, it has given us the output for the ls command, which is this output, and then it has executed the pwd command, which is this output, right? So this is the output from the pwd command, and this is the output from the ls command. So in this way you can combine these commands using semicolon, right? We can also execute some other commands. For example, in the last videos I have shown you how to use date command and cal command, and let's say we also want to use pwd this time also, right? So I'm going to just press enter, and now it shows the first of all the date with this command, then the calendar, which is by this command, and then the present working directory, which is by this command, right? Now one thing to note here is whenever you use semicolon, then for example one command is wrong. So what I'm going to do first is, for example, I want to give this command cal, which is not existing, so it's going to give us this kind of output, right? So let's use this cal in between here. So instead of smaller letter cal, I'm going to just use cal in capital letters, and I'm going to press enter here. So you can see what happened here. So first command is executed, which is going to give this output for us. Second command doesn't really exist, so it's going to give us the error, but it's also going to go to the next command, and it's going to print the next command output, which is the present working directory, right? So this command doesn't stop executing command if one command fails, right? So it's going to execute the next command if the command in between also fails, right? So this is the specialty of this command. So I'm going to just clear the terminal, and then I'm going to talk about the second command. The second command to combine few commands together is using these ampersand symbol, double ampersand symbols, right? And this is essentially is going to do the same. So for example, I want to do ls once again, and then double ampersand, I want to do pwd, and then once again double ampersand, then I want to see the date, so I'm going to give the date, and for example I want to see the calendar also, so I'm going to give the cal command and press enter. So it gives the same output. So the output first will be the ls, and then the present working directory, then the output for the date, and then the output for the calendar, right? Now one thing to note here in both these combining command with semicolon and these ampersand is the sequence matters here. So for example, when I use date semicolon cal here, then first date will be executed and then calendar will be executed. So this sequence matter. So for example, when you do cal and then date, then it's going to show the calendar first and then the date, okay? And same is with the ampersand also. So instead of this semicolon, when you use ampersand, it's going to show us the calendar first and then the date, and when we use date %cal, then it's going to give us the this date first and then the calendar. Okay, but what is the difference between these two commands? So let me clear the terminal, and then I'm going to show you what is the difference between these two commands. Okay, so the difference between these two commands is whenever you use this semicolon, it's going to run every command regardless of the success or failure of the previous command, right? So we have already seen, for example, we give the wrong command which doesn't really exist, for example cal here, and then semicolon date, then first command fails here but second execute. So it doesn't matter if first command is failed or the command in between fail, it's going to execute all the command there, right? But when you use the same thing with ampersand, then whenever previous command fails, then it's going to stop executing the next command. So when we use this, you see it just gives the output that this command doesn't exist, and it doesn't go to the next command, which is date, right? We can once again check this by writing pwd ampersand, for example, once again capital date here, and then ampersand cal here, right? So it shows us the output for the pwd, and then the next command doesn't really exist, so it's gives the output command doesn't exist, and then it doesn't execute the next command after the error. But with the semicolon, it's going to execute every command regardless the previous command is failed or succeeded. Okay, so this is the difference between these two commands. Now we are going to see the next option, which is the OR option, right? So OR you can use using these double pipes here, and this is how you can use it. So for example, you use ls, and then you use OR, for example, with these pipes, and then pwd, and then press enter, and then what you see as an output here is the output is the combination of logical OR here. So if the first command is successful, it's not going to go to the second command, right? And then when the same command I do with, for example, ls, capital ls, and press enter, then it's going to show you the output for the second command, right? So once the first command is not successful, the OR will allow these commands to go to the next command, and it's going to execute the next command. So it's like a logical OR operation. So if the first command execution fails, then it's going to go to the next command, right? So this is how you can combine commands in Linux. So what we have learned, so for example, what we have learned is, for example, we have two commands A and B. Then whenever we use semicolon, then run A and then B regardless of the success or failure of A, right? So A and B are going to run regardless A fails or not, right? And we have also seen the ampersand, and in this case, if A fails, then B is not going to execute, right? Now third is the OR operator, and in this case B is only going to be executed if A fails, right? If A succeeds, then B will not be executed. So these are the few options you can use to combine command in Linux. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and bye for now.